So I did a poll in a previous video and asking you guys if you do raised beds or in-ground beds, and the results of that were 70% raised beds versus 30% in-ground beds. And I'm totally not surprised by those results. Raised bed gardening is very popular. I realize that. I have both. So here's a raised bed here, where I actually have raised sides, and I actually added garden soil to this bed before you see the mulch layer on top. So I actually had to add garden soil to this bed, and it is raised up off the ground. This bed over here is an in-ground bed. So on this, the way I created this is all I had was this grass and weeds is all I had. Clay, soil, grass, and weeds. And the way I started this in-ground bed is I put down some newspaper right on top of the weeds, and then I put down some compost, a layer of compost on top of that newspaper, and then I put down mulch on top of the compost. And I did that in the fall, and by the next spring it was ready to be planted in. I did not till it at all. I could plant right in there, and I have never tilled this since, and it's been a successful garden since then with no fertilizer added other than the compost every fall. So I also feel like in my raised bed over here I have to do a lot more watering. So we get pretty hot temperatures here in the 90s in July, September. This bed, since it's raised up higher off the ground, the water drains off of it better, and I do have to water this bed quite a bit more than my in-ground beds. So I have both just because I wanted to do experiments and see which one I like better. So in the future, at least for me in my area, in-ground beds do work better for me. So just in case you're contemplating on which way to go, you might want to consider in-ground beds versus raised beds. But they both can work, and you're free to do whatever you think works best in your area, and ask around with people that are in your area maybe what works best.